Do you want to get pregnant faster as soon as possible? Today, you get the chance to learn how to increase your chances of getting pregnant sooner with 10 tips. It's time to stop struggling with this infertility you were struggling with for so long, and you can't wait anymore to get your first baby born. It shouldn't be so difficult to get pregnant if you knew before how to deal with this problem that causes you some pain in your life. Without having in mind to bring the best solution for you to get pregnant faster, at least you are about to discover how to deal with it in 10 simple steps. Number 1. Get a preconception checkup. Before you start trying to get pregnant, go to see your care provider to get a checkup. Ask your doctor about prenatal vitamins that have folic acid, which helps protect against some birth defects, such as spina bifida. Folic acid works during the early stages of pregnancy. So that's why it's important to make sure you're getting enough folic acid even before you get pregnant. You can do this the cycle before you start trying to get pregnant. If you have any significant medical problems, they need to be under control before so that you can safely become pregnant. Number 2. Get to know your menstrual cycle. Knowing about your menstrual cycle is very important on helping you understand and know when you are most fertile. Trying to focus on having sex when you are in the period of ovulation. Because this is the best time to get pregnant, it helps to become aware of the signs of ovulation, such as a change in your cervical mucus. It usually becomes thin and slippery when you are most fertile. Ovulation prediction kits can also help you detect the best time to get pregnant. These at-home tests work by detecting a surge in luteinizing hormone in your urine, which occurs about 36 to 48 hours before you ovulate. Ovulation prediction kits are not only help assure you that you are ovulating. If you are having infrequent intercourse, this tells you when you are the most fertile to have it to increase your chances of conceiving. Number 3. Have sex before you ovulate. If you want to get pregnant fast, it's important to know that having sex before you ovulate boosts the chances that there will be sperm around to greet the egg once it leaves the ovary. Sperm can survive in your reproductive tract for up to 5 days under the right conditions, but an egg only lasts for 12 to 24 hours after it's released. Experts say that you can have sex soon after getting a positive result after using the ovulation prediction kits. You may keep having sex again for the next few days to take advantage of that pre-ovulation window. If you're less inclined to meticulously track fertility signs, you can start having sex at least a few times per week as soon as your period ends. In case you are getting busy regularly after your period, helps ensure you won't miss your most fertile time, especially if your cycle length varies from month to month. Number 4. Don't worry too much about the best positions. You have been telling for so long the myths about the best positions for getting pregnant, but keep them in mind as just some myths. It is not yet proven by experts that one position is better than another when you are having sexual intercourse in the sake of getting pregnant. There is really no scientific evidence saying that the missionary position is better than the woman being on top when it comes to maximizing your chances of getting pregnant. While there's no single sex position that is best for conceiving, try sticking to one position where you'll be on your back when the sex is over. Though some sources report that sperm count is highest in the morning, the truth is that there's no optimal time of the day to have sex in terms of sperm count. However, having sex before going to bed is an easy way to ensure you stay on bed. This point will be discussed more later. Number 5. Stay in bed right after sexual intercourse. As you have probably used to hear before, it is advisable to lie in bed with your feet in the air after having sex. This can increase your chances of getting pregnant. But all of that are not true. It is not necessary to put your feet in the air, because your pelvis does not move when you put your legs in the air, but it is a good idea to lay in bed for 10 to 15 minutes after sexual intercourse to give the sperm some time to get a better chance to get into the cervix. Number 6. Avoid baby-making mistakes. When it comes to baby-making sex and strategies for getting pregnant fast, some experts recommend avoiding certain personal lubricants. Even there's no evidence yet that suggests this is actually true. Some couples may think lube helps sperm move more quickly, but some lubricants might actually hinder your pregnancy efforts. That's because many formulas alter the pH balance in the vagina and decrease sperm mobility. That being said, conception of sex should be as stress-free as possible. So, reach for the lubricant if it makes things more pleasurable for you, but not in the sake of getting a better chance to conceive. Number 7. Having sex too much is not necessary. Having sex every day, even during ovulation, will not necessarily increase your chances of getting pregnant. In general, every other night around the time of ovulation helps increase your chance of getting pregnant. Sperm can live up to 5 days inside your body. It would be better to have sex regularly when you are ovulating and even when you are not. Wearing tight-fitting clothing can negatively affect sperm count. Spending time in hot tub or jacuzzi can have the same effect. Number 8. De-stress any way you can. Try not to get stressed out about starting a family or getting a baby. Thinking too much about that goal can be stressful, and stress can actually interfere with ovulation. So, the more relaxed you are, the better. Anything you can try to help you de-stress is fine, as long as it is healthy. One of the things that can help you de-stress is acupuncture. This can help you reduce stress and increase your chances of becoming pregnant. Number 9. Keep a healthy condition of life. Exercising is a healthy habit, especially if it helps keep you at your ideal weight. Just like anything else, you can get too much of a good thing. Too much exercise can cause you not to ovulate, though it may be different for some women. If you are a hardcore exerciser and are still getting your period regularly, your exercise regimen is most likely not a problem. But your menstrual period is not the first thing to take account of. If you are exercising too heavily, the first thing that happens is that you have a shorter second half of your cycle. You should have a period 14 days after you ovulate. But too much exercise can shorten this phase. This would be the first hint that you need to curtail your fitness regimen. It is advisable to track how long it takes you to get a period after you ovulate, as the best way to know for sure. One of the best ways to increase your chances of getting pregnant is to do moderate exercise. On thinking of brisk walking 2.5 hours each week. Another way to increase your chances of getting pregnant is to stop smoking. Aside from all the other negative health effects of smoking, this habit also decreases fertility. It affects estrogen levels and ovulation. It would be better as well to stop drinking too much alcohol when trying to get pregnant. Number 10. Don't stop trying again. As much as we may wish, there is no magic remedy for getting pregnant fast. How long it takes to get pregnant depends on many things, from your age and health history to your unique menstrual cycle and lifestyle factors. While it's possible to conceive on your first try, most people try for several cycles before getting that positive pregnancy test. Some data show that more than half of couples who are trying to conceive require 6 months to get pregnant, with about 85% conceiving within 1 year. If you have any concerns or simply want to give yourself the best chance of conceiving quickly, keep a better health condition of life as much as possible, and don't hesitate to make a preconception appointment with your healthcare provider. Pregnancy symptoms may appear very early, like sensitivity to smell and tender breasts. It may show up before you miss your period, as soon as a few days after conception. Meanwhile, other early signs of pregnancy, like spotting, might appear around 1 week after sperm meets egg. Other symptoms, like urinary frequency, often appear a few weeks or so following conception. Depending on the person, early pregnancy symptoms appear at different times in different people. You may not notice or be able to confirm other early pregnancy symptoms for a few weeks. Some women experience very few, if not any, of these signs until several weeks into their pregnancies. And though many women never feel any early pregnancy symptoms, others suffer from them all. However, you should keep in mind that just because you've experienced some of these symptoms doesn't mean you are pregnant. You could also have none of them at all and you are expecting a baby. In order to help you pay attention and recognize the early signs and symptoms of pregnancy, we are going to take a look at some of them in this video. Number 1. Smell sensitivity. One of the early symptoms of pregnancy is an increased sense of smell that makes previously mild odors strong and unappealing. Since it's one of the first symptoms of pregnancy for many women, babies might be in the air if your sniffer is suddenly more sensitive and easily offended. Number 2. Raised body temperature. A higher basal body temperature may be a sign of pregnancy. The core temperature of your body may also increase more easily with exercise or in hot weather. During this time, make sure to drink more water and exercise cautiously, though it is not always a foolproof for early pregnancy symptom because the temperature of your body can rise for other reasons, but it could give you advance notice of an upcoming baby. Number 3. Missed period. If you have missed a period, you're probably suspecting pregnancy. You will likely miss your next period 4 weeks after conception. If you typically have an irregular period, you'll want to take a pregnancy test to confirm. A missed period is one early pregnancy symptom all expectant moms experience. But that doesn't mean it is always like that. Sometimes, a woman may be expecting a new baby without experiencing this symptom. Once implantation is complete, your body will begin making human chorionic gonadotropin. This hormone helps the body maintain the pregnancy. It also tells the ovaries to stop releasing mature eggs each month. Most home tests can detect human chorionic gonadotropin as soon as 8 days after a missed period. This test will be able to detect levels of the human chorionic gonadotropin in your urine and show if you are pregnant. Number 4. Breast changes. At the early stage of pregnancy, you might experience some changes on your breast, such as tender, swollen breasts and darkening, bumpy areolas. This early pregnancy symptoms may be related to the hormones estrogen and progesterone. You are likely to develop tender and swollen breasts due to hormone changes. This will likely go away after a few weeks when your body has adjusted to the hormones. The breast tenderness is pain with a gain because it's part of your body's preparation for the milk making to come. Your areolas, which is the circles around your nipples, may get darker and increase in diameter. You'll also likely start to notice tiny bumps growing in size and number on your areolas. These bumps were always there, but now they're gearing up to produce more oils that lubricate your nipples once baby starts nursing. Number 5. Fatigue. Fatigue is an early pregnancy symptom almost every expected mom experience. When you get pregnant, a huge amount of energy goes into building a placenta, which is the life support system for your body. All that can zap you of your usual get up and go and cause pregnancy fatigue shortly after you conceive. Your progesterone levels will soar, which can make you feel sleepy. Even fatigue is common in early pregnancy, but it can develop anytime during your carrying on a baby. Number 6. Implantation bleeding. It's possible to have light spotting and be pregnant. In fact, some newly expectant moms experience what's known as implantation bleeding 6 to 12 days after conception. Light spotting or implantation bleeding, before you would expect your period, is sometimes an early pregnancy symptom signaling that an embryo has implanted itself into the uterine wall, which may be accompanied by menstrual-like cramps. Implantation bleeding is usually medium pink or light brown. It's rarely period red. It's also spotty or much lighter than your period and not continuous, lasting a few hours to a few days. However, spotting can sometimes be a mid-cycle blip before your usual period. Especially if you have an irregular or disrupted cycle, mid-cycle brown discharge may also happen when you're not pregnant because you're reacting to a vaginal exam, a pap smear, or rough sex. Number 7. Changes in cervical mucus. If it becomes creamy and stays that way after ovulation, it's a good sign you'll have a positive pregnancy test. As your pregnancy progresses, you'll also notice increased vaginal discharge, which is called leukorrhea. This thin, milky white discharge is normal and healthy. Number 8. Frequent urination. About 2 to 3 weeks after conception, you may notice an increased need to pee. This new feeling is due to the pregnancy hormone human chorionic gonadotropin, which increases blood flow to your kidneys, helping them to more efficiently get rid of waste in your body. Our growing uterus is also beginning to put some pressure on your bladder, leaving less storage space for urine and making you go to the toilet more frequently. So, when you are pregnant, you may find yourself running to the bathroom frequently or accidentally leaking. Number 9. Mood swings. When you are conceiving, your estrogen and progesterone levels will be high. This increase can affect your mood and make you more emotional or reactive than usual. As early as 4 weeks into your pregnancy, you may feel a PMS-style moodiness. Later in the first trimester, and often throughout the rest of pregnancy, you could be up 1 minute and anxious or down the next. Mood swings are common during pregnancy and may cause feelings of depression, irritability, anxiety, and euphoria. So it's completely normal for your moods to go haywire. To deal with that, do what you can to give yourself a break. Eat well, get enough sleep, and pamper yourself. Number 10. Bloating and constipation. It's an early pregnancy symptom that many women feel soon after they conceive. This may be due to hormone changes, which can also slow down your digestive system on giving the nutrients from foods you eat more time to enter your bloodstream and reach your baby. As a result, you could feel constipated and blocked. Constipation can also increase feelings of abdominal bloating. Number 11. Heartburn and indigestion. Hormones can cause the valve between your stomach and esophagus to relax. This allows stomach acid to leak and causing heartburn. For many women, heartburn is a frustrating symptom that can appear sometime around month 2 of pregnancy. It's caused by the hormone progesterone and relaxin, which relax smooth muscle tissues throughout your body. It may cause food to be moving more slowly through your gastrointestinal tract. Number 12. Increased heart rate. Around weeks 8 to 10, your heart may begin pumping faster and harder. This is normal to be happened due to changes in hormones, and we should know that palpitations and arrhythmias are common during pregnancy. According to studies reviewed in 2016, your blood flow will increase between 30 and 50% during your pregnancy. Number 13. Morning sickness or nausea. Morning sickness and nausea usually develop around weeks 4 to 6 in pregnancy. It can hit you at any time of day, though it can vary and strike even earlier. For example, nausea can start for most women by week 9. Although it's called morning sickness, it can occur anytime during the day or night. Changes in hormones mainly increase levels of progesterone, which can cause the stomach to empty more slowly, resulting in this early pregnancy symptom resembling sickness. Number 14. Food aversions. At the early stages of pregnancy, you may be experienced food aversions, where the thought, sight, or smell of certain foods you normally like can turn your stomach. This is due to an extra sensitive nose. This early pregnancy symptom can be triggered by anything from chicken to something seemingly more benign like salad. Meanwhile, it doesn't usually occur in the very beginning of pregnancy. It does tend to pop up in the first trimester, and this early pregnancy symptom often passes by the second trimester. Number 15. High blood pressure and dizziness. In most cases, high or normal blood pressure will drop in the early stages of pregnancy. This may also cause feelings of dizziness since your blood vessels are dilated. As a result of pregnancy, high blood pressure is more difficult to determine. Almost all cases of hypertension within the first 20 weeks indicate underlying problems. It may be developed during early pregnancy, but it may also be present beforehand. Your care provider can help you determine if you are experiencing a high blood pressure problem. Number 16. Weight gain. Weight gain becomes more common toward the end of your first trimester. You may find yourself gaining about 1 to 4 pounds in the first few months. Calorie recommendations for early pregnancy won't change much from your usual diet, but they will increase as pregnancy progresses. In the later stages, pregnancy weight often shows up in the breasts, uterus, placenta, amniotic, increased blood and fluid volume, fat. Number 17. Excess saliva. Some moms expected a baby can experience saliva buildup early in pregnancy. This symptom usually starts sometime in the first trimester. This is your body's way of protecting your mouth, teeth, and throat from the corrosive effects of stomach acid. I hope you got a better idea on how to know if you are probably expecting a baby when you are experiencing these signs and symptoms. But to be able to confirm this big news, it is highly advisable to take a home pregnancy test and see your care provider, which is the most reliable one. If you found value in this video, consider subscribing to the channel and hit the like button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Remember, your health is your priority. I'll see you in the next informative video.